Singapore Changi Airport, ATIS information Foxtrot, time 1551 Zulu, wind 340 at 5 variable between 300 and 360, visibility 21, temperature 26, dew point 24, QNH 1010. Landing runways 2 left and 2 center, expect ILS approach, departing runways 2 left and 2 center, advise on initial contact, you have information Foxtrot. Singapore Changi Airport, ATIS information Foxtrot, time 1551 Zulu, wind 340 at 5 variable between 300 and 360, visibility 21, temperature 26, dew point 24, QNH 1010. Landing runways 2 left and 2 center, expect ILS approach, departing runways 2 left and 2 center, advise on initial contact, you have information Foxtrot. Singapore Changi Airport, ATIS information Foxtrot, time 1551 Zulu, wind 340 at 5 variable between 300 and 360, visibility 21, temperature 26, dew point 24, QNH 1010. Landing runways 2 left and 2 center, expect ILS approach, departing runways 2 left and 2 center, advise on initial contact, you have information Foxtrot. Singapore Changi Airport, ATIS information Foxtrot, time 1551 Zulu, wind 340 at 5 variable between 300 and 360, visibility 21, temperature 2.
Singapore Changi ground, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot.
Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 2 center.
Pushback approved, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy.
Singapore Changi ground, Singapore 386 Heavy, ready to taxi. Singapore 386 Heavy, disregard last message. Singapore Changi ground, Singapore 386 Heavy, request taxi to parking. Singapore 386 Heavy, taxi to parking at your discretion. Taxiing to parking, Singapore 386 Heavy.
Singapore Changi ground, Singapore 8, ready for pushback, requesting runway 2 left. Singapore Changi ground, Singapore 136, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot.
Singapore 8, hold position.
Holding position, Singapore 8.
Singapore 136, hold position.
Holding position, Singapore 136.
Singapore Changi ground, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, ready to taxi.
Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, taxi to runway 2 center, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 2 center, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy.
Singapore 136, pushback approved, expect runway 2 left.
Pushback approved, Singapore 136.
Singapore 8, pushback approved, expect runway 2 center.
Pushback approved, Singapore 8.
Singapore 540, pushback approved, expect runway 2 left. Pushback approved, Singapore 540. Singapore Changi ground, Scooter 983 Super, request taxi to B9 at the other terminals. Scooter 983 Super, taxi to parking at your discretion. Taxiing to parking, Scooter 983 Super. Thank you, Scooter 983 Super. Singapore Changi ground, Hainan 893, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot, requesting runway 2 left. Hainan 893, pushback approved, expect runway 2 left. Pushback approved, Hainan 893. Singapore Changi Ground, Singapore 540, ready to taxi with information Foxtrot.
Singapore 540, taxi to runway 2 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 2 left, Singapore 540.
Singapore Changi Ground, Singapore 136, ready to taxi with information Foxtrot.
Singapore 136, taxi to runway 2 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 2 left, Singapore 136.
Singapore Changi Tower, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, ready for departure at runway 2 center.
Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, wind 340 at 5, runway 2 center, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 2 center, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy.
Singapore Changi Tower, Singapore 540, ready for departure at runway 2 left, departing north.
Singapore 540, wind 340 at 5, runway 2 left, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Indonesia 1960 Heavy, is on final runway 2 left. Cleared for takeoff, runway 2 left, Singapore 540.
Singapore Changi Tower, November 619 Romeo Echo is 12 nautical miles to the southwest at 2,900 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 2 center. Indonesia 1960 Heavy, number 1, runway 2 left, cleared to land.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 2 left, Indonesia 1960 Heavy.
November 619 Romeo Echo, number 2, runway 2 center, cleared to land.
Singapore Changi Tower, Lufthansa 187 Super, inbound on the ILS runway 2 center.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 2 center, November 619 Romeo Echo. Lufthansa 187 Super, number 1, runway 2 center, cleared to land.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 2 center, Lufthansa 187 Super.
Singapore Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, contact Singapore arrival on 119.3.
Singapore
Attention all aircraft, Singapore arrival is closing in 5 minutes. LL027. Boeing 317 Heavy, continuous file, expect the ILS approach runway 25 right at Jakarta Soekarno. Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, do not exceed 270.
Do not exceed 270 knots. Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy.
Indonesia 290, do not exceed 240 knots.
Do not exceed 240 knots. Indonesia 290.
Jakarta radar, Ataro 748 Heavy, review at 22,300. Ataro 748 Heavy, radar contact, say approach request. Ataro 748 Heavy, make a left 360. Making a left 360, Ataro 748 Heavy. LL027, turn right heading 200, descend and maintain 4000. Turn right heading 200, descend and maintain 4000, LL027. Ataro 748 Heavy is 25 nautical miles northeast of Pulau Panjang at 21,000 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 25 right at Jakarta Soekarno. Ataro 748 Heavy, continuous file, expect the ILS approach runway 25 right at Jakarta Soekarno. Roger, Ataro 748 Heavy. Ataro 748 Heavy, turn left heading 080, descend and maintain 11,000. LL027, report airport in sight. Wilco, LL027. Airport in sight, LL027. Turkish 56, turn left heading 110, descend and maintain 5,000. Turn left heading 080, descend and maintain 11,000. Ataro, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, do not exceed 240.
Do not exceed 240 knots. Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy.
Singapore 136, requesting GPS approach runway 25 right at Jakarta Soekarno.
Singapore 136, continuous file, expect the GPS approach runway 25 right at Jakarta Soekarno. Ataro 748 Heavy, turn right heading 150.
Roger, Singapore 136.
Turkish 56, turn right heading 150. Turn right heading 150, Ataro 748 Heavy. LL027, request frequency change. Turn right heading 150, Turkish 56. LL027, contact Jakarta Soekarno traffic on 122.8. Contacting Jakarta Soekarno traffic on 122.8, LL027. Singapore 136, do not exceed 350 knots.
Do not exceed 250 knots, Singapore 136.
Indonesia 290, descend and maintain 3000, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 25 right approach.
Descend and maintain 3000, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 25 right, Indonesia 290.
Turkish 56, turn right heading 220, descend and maintain 4000, maintain 4000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 25 right approach. Turn right heading 220, descend and maintain 4000, maintain 4000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 25 right, Turkish 56. Ataro 748 Heavy, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 8000. Turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 8000, Ataro 748 Heavy. Romeo Alpha 96012, you're in an active airspace, please contact Jakarta radar on 124.15. Romeo Alpha 96012, requesting ILS approach any runway at Jakarta Soekarno. Romeo Alpha 96012, continuous file, expect the ILS approach runway 25 left at Jakarta Soekarno. Line 8171, you're in an active airspace, please contact Jakarta radar on 124.15. Roger, Romeo Alpha 96012.
Indonesia 401, requesting ILS approach runway 25 left at Jakarta Soekarno.
Line 8171, you're in an active airspace, please contact Jakarta radar on 124.15. Indonesia 401, continuous file, expect the ILS approach runway 25 left at Jakarta Soekarno. Indonesia 401, turn right heading 340, descend and maintain 7000. Ataro 748 Heavy, turn right heading 190.
Turn right heading 340, descend and maintain 7000, Indonesia 401.
Indonesia 290, contact Jakarta Soekarno Tower on 118.2.
Contacting Jakarta Soekarno Tower on 118.2, Indonesia 290.
Turn right heading 190, Ataro 748 Heavy. Line 8171, requesting GPS approach runway 25 right at Jakarta Soekarno. Line 8171, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 25 left at Jakarta Soekarno. Roger, line 8171. Etaro 748 heavy, descend and maintain 7000. Romeo Alpha 96012, requesting ILS approach any runway at Jakarta Soekarno. Descend and maintain 7000, Etaro 748 heavy. Romeo Alpha 96012, continue as filed, expect the ILS approach runway 25 left at Jakarta Soekarno. Indonesia 401, do not exceed 240 knots. Roger, Romeo Alpha 96012. Etaro 748 heavy, do not exceed 240 knots.
Do not exceed 240 knots, Indonesia 401.
Do not exceed 240 knots, Etaro 748 heavy. Turkish 56, contact Jakarta Soekarno Tower on 118.2. Contacting Jakarta Soekarno Tower on 118.2, Turkish 56. Jakarta radar, Golf Tango Oscar November Yankee, with you at 18,500, descending via Bumi to hotel arrival. Line 8171, turn right heading 340, descend and maintain 7000. Turn right heading 340, descend and maintain 7000, line 8171. Super Green 2912, requesting ILS approach any runway at Jakarta Soekarno. Etaro 748 heavy, descend and maintain 6000. Indonesia 401, turn left heading 240. Boeing 317 heavy, descend and maintain 2000, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 25 right approach.
Descend and maintain 2000, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 25 right, Boeing 317 heavy.
Golf Tango Oscar November Yankee, continue as filed, expect the ILS approach runway 25 right at Jakarta Soekarno. Super Green 2912, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 25 right at Jakarta Soekarno. Line 8171, descend and maintain 8000. Descend and maintain 8000, line 8171. Etaro 748 heavy, do not exceed 220 knots. Do not exceed 220 knots, Etaro 748 heavy. Indonesia 401, turn left heading 210, descend and maintain 6000.
Turn left heading 210, descend and maintain 6000, Indonesia 401.
Super Green 2912, turn left heading 150. Turn left heading 150, Super Green 2912. Etaro 748 heavy, turn right heading 220, descend and maintain 5000. Turn right heading 220, descend and maintain 5000, Etaro 748. Indonesia 737 Victor Golf heavy, turn right heading 220, descend and maintain 2000, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 25 right approach.
Turn right heading 220, descend and maintain 2000, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 25 right, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy.
Super Green 116 heavy is 4 nautical miles west of Halim Perdana Kusuma at 1,600 feet, requesting visual approach any runway at Jakarta Soekarno. Boeing 317 heavy, contact Jakarta Soekarno Tower on 118.2.
Contacting Jakarta Soekarno Tower on 118.2, Boeing 317 heavy.
Super Green 116 heavy, airport is unable to accept arriving traffic. Please divert to a suitable airport. Etaro 748 heavy, turn right heading 280, descend and maintain 3,500, maintain 3,500 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 25 right approach. Indonesia 401, continue as filed. Super Green 2912, do not exceed 240 knots.
Continue as filed, Indonesia 401.
Executing missed approach, Turkish 56. Do not exceed 240 knots, Super Green 2912. Turn right heading 280, descend and maintain 3,500, maintain 3,500 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 25 right, Etaro 748 heavy. Singapore 136, turn left heading 150, maintain 5,000. Etaro 748 heavy, increase speed to 210 knots.
Turn left heading 150, maintain 5000, Singapore 136.
Increase speed to 210 knots, Etaro 748 heavy. Turkish 56, execute missed approach. Indonesia 737 Victor Golf heavy, contact Jakarta Soekarno Tower on 11.
Jakarta Soekarno Tower, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 25 right.
Indonesia 737 Victor Golf heavy, number 2, runway 25 right, cleared to land.
Number 2, clear to land, runway 25 right, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy.
Boeing 317 heavy, when able turn left, contact ground on the taxiway.
Wilco, Boeing 317 heavy.
Indonesia 874, contact Jakarta Center on 127.0. Contacting Jakarta Center on 127.0, Indonesia 874. Jakarta Soekarno Tower, Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha, ready for departure at runway 25 right, departing north.
500. 400.
Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha, hold short of runway 25 right. Holding short runway 25 right, Delta Echo Lima Tango
200.
Alpha. Jakarta Soekarno Tower, Indonesia 426, ready for departure at runway 25 left, departing east.
50. 40.
Indonesia
30,
426,
20,
wind 190 at 13, runway 25 left, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 25 left, Indonesia 426. Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha, line up and wait runway 25 right. Line up and wait runway 25 right, Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha. Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, when able turn left and contact ground, please expedite traffic on final.
Wilco.
Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, please expedite. Indonesia 333 Heavy, hold short of runway 25 right. Holding short runway 25 right, Indonesia 333 Heavy. ATARO 748 Heavy, maintain slowest practical speed. Jakarta Soekarno Tower, Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha, ready for departure at runway 25 right, departing north. Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha, hold short of runway 25 right. Holding short runway 25 right, Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha. Jakarta Soekarno Tower, Indonesia 426, ready for departure at runway 25 left, departing east. Indonesia 426, wind 190 at 13, runway 25 left, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 25 left, Indonesia 426. Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha, line up and wait runway 25 right. Line up and wait runway 25 right, Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha. Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, when able turn left and contact ground, please expedite traffic on final. ATARO speed, ATARO 748 Heavy. Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha, wind 190 at 13, runway 25 right, cleared for immediate takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 25 right, Delta Echo Lima Tango Alpha. Indonesia 426, contact Jakarta Center on 127.0. Contacting Jakarta Center on 127.0, Indonesia 426. Jakarta Soekarno Tower, Romeo Alpha 96012, inbound on the ILS runway 25 left. Romeo Alpha 96012, number 1, runway 25 left, cleared to land. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 25 left, Romeo Alpha 9601.
Jakarta Soekarno Ground, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, request taxi to parking.
Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy, taxi to parking at your discretion.
Taxiing to parking, Indonesia 737 Victor Golf Heavy.
Jakarta Soekarno Ground, Indonesia 712 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Papa. Indonesia 362, pushback approved. Indonesia 712 Heavy, pushback approved. Pushback approved, Indonesia 362. Pushback approved, Indonesia 712 Heavy. Jakarta Soekarno Ground, ATARO 748 Heavy, request taxi to gate G19 at the Terminal 3. ATARO 748 Heavy, taxi to Terminal 3 gate G19 via November Papa 2, November Charlie 4. Jakarta Soekarno Ground, Qatari 3 Papa, ready for pushback. Taxiing to Terminal 3 Gate G19 via November Papa 2, November Charlie 4, Ataro 748 Heavy. Qatari 3 Papa, hold position. Holding position, Qatari 3 Papa. Jakarta Soekarno Ground, Indonesia 362, ready to taxi with information Papa. Indonesia 362, taxi to runway 25 right, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 25 right, Indonesia 362. Jakarta Soekarno Ground, Indonesia 712 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Papa. Indonesia 712 Heavy, taxi to runway 25 right, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 25 right, Indonesia 712 Heavy. Jakarta Soekarno Ground, Ataro 748 Heavy, request taxi to G6 at the apron F. Jakarta Soekarno Ground, Romeo Alpha 96012, request taxi to parking. Ataro 748 Heavy, hold position. Holding position, Ataro 748 Heavy. Romeo Alpha 96012, taxi to parking at your discretion. Taxiing to parking, Romeo Alpha 96012.
Jakarta Soekarno Ground, Singapore 136, request taxi to G6 at the apron F.
Singapore 136, taxi to apron F G6 via November 6, November Papa 2, November Charlie 5, November Papa 1. Ataro 748 Heavy, taxi to apron F D5 via November Papa 2, November Charlie 5, November Papa 1. Qatari 3 Papa, pushback approved.
Taxiing to apron FG6 via November 6, November Papa 2, November Charlie 5, November Papa 1, Singapore 136.
Pushback approved, Qatari 3 Papa. Taxiing to apron FD5 via November Papa 2, November Charlie 5, November Papa 1, Ataro 748 Heavy. Ataro 748 Heavy, give way to aircraft on your right. Give way to aircraft, Ataro 748 Heavy. Jakarta Soekarno Ground, Turkish 56, request taxi to gate G23 at the Terminal 3.